Hi, I'm Leah from V180, and today we're doing day 13 of the 25 Days of Christmas devotional. Away in a manger, Luke 2 verses 1 to 7. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. This hymn was inspired by a single verse in the Bible that tells us that Jesus was laid in a manger because there was no place for them in the inn. Now, you're probably extremely familiar with this part of the Christmas story, but it's easy to get the wrong idea about Christ's birth from this simple line. If someone today is traveling and finds himself without a place to stay, we usually assume that he didn't plan his trip very well. He should have made a reservation beforehand. But far from being an accident or a sign of poor planning, Jesus being laid in a manger is actually a result of a plan so detailed and so amazing, only God could have brought it about. In order to understand how Jesus came to be laid in a manger, we would have to understand why he was born in Bethlehem at all. Caesar Augustus had decided to take a census of everyone in the Roman Empire, including Jews who weren't even Roman citizens. Rome was expanding so quickly, a tally had to be taken to make sure everyone was being taxed correctly so that the empire would have the money it needed to operate. Scholars tell us that this was the first census ever taken in the Roman Empire, and the timing of Caesar's decree was such that Joseph and Mary would be in the town of Bethlehem, not on the road, not already back home when the time came for Jesus to be born. Caesar Augustus surely thought the decree was his idea and the timing was up to him. But it turns out that he was just running an errand for God. You see, 750 years earlier, God had revealed through the prophet Micah that his son, the Messiah, would be born in Bethlehem. It's seen in Micah 5:2. Because God is in complete control of everything and knows everything, he knew that Caesar would make the decree at just the right time for Mary and Joseph to be in Bethlehem for Jesus' birth, and for Micah's prophecy to be fulfilled. If God knew exactly where and when Jesus would be born, then we can safely assume that he also knew that after Jesus' birth, he would be laid in a manger because there was no room at the inn. God didn't forget to make a reservation for Jesus. Far from being a mistake or an oversight on God's part, the fact that there was no room at the inn was a preview of how the world would reject him and how people would shut their hearts and their lives to him. The things you see happening every day may appear accidental, coincidental, or unimportant. But the story of Jesus in the manger reminds us that nothing is accidental. God is directing all of it according to his plans. As you celebrate this often hectic and stressful season, remember that God hasn't overlooked a single detail.